My name is Dragonheart, and let's talk gaming. Hello my friends, my name is Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales, and welcome back to Let's Talk Gaming. I hope you're all having a fantastic week so far. I'm enjoying myself with my games so far, and in the last episode I talked about the games that I regretfully sold, games that I hadn't played and sold, like God of War, games that I'd played like Last of Us 2 and sold, and just games that I don't know why I owned in the first place and sold them as well. Some games I regretted, some games I didn't. But generally speaking, there was nearly 40 games total on the PlayStation 4 that I ended up selling. But I have a load of games by here on the PlayStation 4, which I still own. I still have these games. I still own them. I can still play them when I want to. And I thought it'd be cool to share with you the games that I still have in my library. This is my physical library. There are some games that are on my account that are digital. One of them is Horizon Zero Dawn, which I picked up in the summer of 2021 for free, because PlayStation were doing this event thing where it was free for a few weeks, and I got wind of it and got it for free, played a little bit of it, pretty good. Haven't finished it, so I've got to go back and play it at some point, but yeah, a lot of people tell me it's a very, very good game. So yeah, we'll get into things in a second, but before we do, the question last week, I can't actually remember off the top of my head. Give me a moment. So I spoke about my biggest gaming disappointments. I actually have the comments in front of me here. My mind went blank and I couldn't remember. It was basically most disappointing games or things that you were frustrated by in gaming. So Lord Rexor left a good comment saying that he was frustrated with Red Dead 2 just because of how long it was. He was disappointed with Odyssey as well. The fact that it wasn't really what he was after. For Mike Enigma, he said that his biggest disappointment in recent memory was Outriders. He said there was poor connectivity for about a month, poor combat mechanics ripped from Gears of War, and the map size is really deceptive, and it felt like a cash grab. So to answer that question with me, my biggest disappointment in gaming, I got a few, if I'm being totally honest with you. I was disappointed with Far Cry Primal. I was looking forward to playing that game. When I just played it, it just felt like every other Far Cry game, but it felt like they were doing like a whole Pokemon type thing, so the combat wasn't even that challenging, I felt, compared to the other Far Cries. You could just send a bear into the combat and just sort of sit back and it'll just kill everything for you. So I was quite disappointed with Far Cry Primal. I was extremely disappointed with Rome Total War 2. Rome 2 has left a scar in my kind of life, and it certainly changed my kind of outlook on a lot of the strategy gaming kind of thing, especially with Total War. There's been quite a few things in Total War that have disappointed me as well, but I think because of the hype of Rome 2, especially with the Heir of Carthage trailer and stuff like that, that really disappointed me as well. And there's been quite a lot of other ones. I can't name them all, to be honest with you. I probably will go into more depth in this kind of thing in a future video. I might even do like a top 5 or top 10 gaming disappointment thing if you want me to talk more in depth with this sort of thing, but that's just a few of mine off the top of my head. So we'll have another question this week now, which I'll answer next week, and a chance for you guys to get involved as well. And the question will be, who is your favourite gaming protagonist and why? So who is your favourite gaming protagonist and why? Okay, let's get into the video. So we're going to start off with this game by here, one of my all-time favourite games, Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collection. So you've got Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations. I love Assassin's Creed, or loved Assassin's Creed. I'm not so keen on the new ones, especially Valhalla. Speaking of disappointments, Valhalla. But yeah, really good. I actually had the theme for Assassin's Creed Revelations for our wedding. My wife walked down to the aisle to that, to be honest, and it was good fun. Yeah, good wedding day. But yeah, this game is just, if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, you probably love the Ezio Collection. This is one of Panda's games. This is Final Fantasy 15, the Royal Edition. So we've got Final Fantasy 15. This will be a mixture of my games and her games as well, by the way, just in case you're wondering. Also, I should mention as well, at this stage in the video, Ghost of Tsushima is currently downstairs, but I have Ghost of Tsushima on PS4. And we also have Tales of Arise on PS4 as well. It's the PS4 disc edition, but with the PS5, it's got a free upgrade. So Panda is playing that game on the PS5 version, but it's a PS4 disc, if you get what I mean. But those two games aren't in this video, but they're both downstairs. We have Final Fantasy Type O, which is another one of Panda's games. I can't really say much about that because these are her games. We have Dissidia, Final Fantasy Dissidia. Again, it's another Final Fantasy game. Not really anything that I'm knowledgeable with, so I can't really comment too much. We have my copy of The Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition, of course. I'm a massive Witcher fan, as I've mentioned many times on this channel before. I've actually owned this game 3 times. I've owned this 3 times. I have it on PC, and I've played the hell out of it on PC. Then I bought it for myself on console after it came out, and if you refer back to my video last week, I think I talked about it there where I sold it and then ended up buying the game again for Panda because I wanted her to play it and enjoy it as well. So that's actually her copy, but I bought it. Another one of Panda's games here. This is Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto? I haven't got a clue. Pre-owned, $12.99, 2 for $20. I'm not sure. Did she get it from a game? I don't know. It's one of her games. I haven't got a clue. It's one of hers. Another one of hers. She's actually got more games than me at the moment in this video. So this is kind of concerning. We have Star Ocean. Limited edition of Star Ocean by here. Only on PlayStation 4. Again, it's one of Panda's games. I can't really comment too much. We have Bloodborne. I had this with my PS4. I own two, or I did own two PS4s. The one was the launch 500 gig PS4, which I gave to my nephew for Christmas. But my second PS4 is a 1TB, which I had in 2016. I had it with Uncharted 4, Bloodborne, and then it came with two other games, which I will mention when we go through the pile by here, because they will crop up in a moment. I haven't actually played Bloodborne at all, though. This is one game I've yet to play, but it is a game that I actually own on PS4. Next up, we have Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, right by here. It's a really good platforming game. It's a good multiplayer game as well. It's good fun. I bought this and it came with a little chibi Lara Croft figurine, which I have somewhere. It's in this room somewhere. It might be behind something over there, but yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. Another limited edition game I have is Far Cry 4. This came with a Pagan Min statue, which is actually on my shelf up there. I really enjoyed Far Cry 4. I mentioned Primal in the video already. I didn't think much of it, but 4 was really good. I think the problem with Far Cry is that they found success with a really good formula, and they just kept doing what Ubisoft always do and copy and paste that until it gets really boring and just overly done. But Far Cry 4 was really good. Pagan Min was a good character. I can't really say too much bad about it. I enjoyed it. Next up, we have Detroit Become Human. I've yet to finish this. I started it, and I've only done the first couple of chapters so far, but it's really good so far. I'm kind of spoiled because I watched on YouTube a few years ago when it came out, so I know what happens. That's probably why I haven't gone and finished it yet. But yeah, I have Detroit Become Human. That's a pretty decent game. Next up, and this is the other game which was part of the Bloodborne and an Uncharted 4 multi-pack that came with the PlayStation 4, and that is Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. Heavy Rain I actually played on PlayStation 3 years ago. Really good game. Beyond Two Souls, also a very good game. If you can get this collection, we get 2 in 1. If you can get it for cheap as well, it's really worth it. If you like narrative-driven games with a bit of a plot, these are good. So I'd recommend them. I like them both. And I've mentioned this already, but Uncharted 4, one of the best games I think that came out on the PlayStation 4 generation. Thoroughly enjoy this game. I recommend to anyone. Naughty Dog have released some really good games over the past few years with Uncharted and The Last of Us games. So yeah, if you haven't played Uncharted 4, I'd recommend picking it up. Only a few games left to go. They're actually terrible games. Right, okay, so we'll start off with these gimmicky ones first. So I own 2 copies of Apex Legends. I own 2 copies of Apex Legends. One's the Bloodhound edition, and one's the Bloodhound edition, and one's the Lifeline edition. So, long story short, I was super into Apex only a few months ago. I mean, I have the pop vinyls all behind me and stuff. I've got into the lore, loved the game, enjoyed the game, everything, blah 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 blah, right? Apex packs cost real world money, and it's up to you whether you think it's worth it or not. Most of the time it's not worth it, but there was a couple of skins I really wanted to get, and it worked out better for me to buy these, because I think I played for the Bloodhound pack, I paid like £7 or something like that, and it works out cheaper because if you want to get 1,000 in-game coins, it costs like $6.99 anyway. But with this, I literally had the Bloodhound skin that I wanted, plus I got like some packs and exclusive unlockable things that you can't get otherwise. The same with the Lifeline edition. So I ended up buying both of these off eBay quite cheaply. They were brand new copies, so the codes were intact and stuff. So I had all of the gear for the 2 characters and stuff. Yeah, that's why I have 2 copies. But it's a bit of a silly thing really, because you don't need a physical copy of these games because it's free to download and play. But there we are, I'm an idiot. And the last 2, it's downhill from here, folks. Knowledge is Power. I haven't played this. Well, I have technically put it in and played it, I guess, but I got confused. It says mobile or tablet required. I didn't really read that when I bought it. I bought it for cheap. I blamed my friend Tom because we played this over at his house a few years back, and then I bought it for myself thinking it'd be a good party game to have when I have friends over. Then I realised I haven't got many friends. No, seriously though, I bought it thinking I could play it, it'd be good fun, and general knowledge stuff is usually a fun thing, especially when I have a few drinks and stuff. I just didn't realise I needed a mobile or a tablet. Obviously, I have a mobile and a tablet. I tried setting it up, and then I just thought to myself, this is too much work, so I haven't played it. I might sell this. This might go into the sell pile, like in the other video. But I own knowledge is power. And finally, drum roll. PES. I've got rid of all my PES games, which I mentioned before, on console, apart from this one, PES 2016. The reason why I kept this is because it has Wales's very own Gareth Bale on the front cover. I basically kept the game for the cover because I've never ever known a football game to have a Welsh player on the front. I know that FIFA 02 had, I think it was Ronaldinho, Edgar Davids, or might be Roberto Carlos, and Ryan Giggs was on the cover, but Ryan Giggs is a snob anyway, don't like him. Most people in Wales don't like Ryan Giggs for many reasons, which I won't go into because there's a gaming video and gaming channel, not a scandal channel. But yeah, the Giggs in that cover had a Manchester United shirt on anyway, so it doesn't really count. This is the first time that I've ever known a Welsh player in a Welsh shirt to be on the cover. And Wales had a very good tournament. We got the semi-final, which is like the greatest thing ever in our Welsh football in history. So I wanted to get this just to sort of commemorate that experience and everything, so that's why I kept this copy of the game, and I'm never going to play it again because it's 5 years old by this point, but it's nice to keep as a little memento, and the fact that we had a successful tournament. And they're all the PlayStation games I own. It's not a very big pile. I think it's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, and then 2 downstairs. It's 19 hard cover physical copy of games, and I said I have Horizon on digital as well, so I have about 20 games in total on PS4, which isn't much to be honest with you, and obviously I got rid of about 40 odd, so 2/3 of my collection I got rid of basically over the years, which is quite shocking. But anyway guys, I'm going to end the video here. I've been Dragonheart. I hope you all enjoyed. Until next time, goodbye.